Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear girls, today we are going to discuss unit number 5, that is Daffodils of class 9th. Before going through the poem, we have to find out what the title is about. The poem is relevant for young people today because it illustrates that one does not have to spend large amounts of money or even any money at all to find happiness. Sources of joy are all around us if we just have the eyes to see them. Nature has not changed since Wordsworth's time. Now, first, I am going to tell you what is daffodil. Daffodil is a kind of flower or a flower. Daffodil flowers begin to pop up when winter ends. They are symbol of spring and symbolize new beginnings and rebirth. They are positive, life affirming symbol with a bright and joyful yellow color. Now, as they are positive in nature and it symbolizes new beginning and rebirth, means here the poet is associating himself with the daffodils as it is positive symbol and symbol of rebirth and growing. Again, the poet himself says that he is like a daffodil, or whenever he sees daffodils, the daffodils bring positive impact in his mind. So here we are going to discuss daffodil and the impact of daffodil on human beings or on the psychology of human beings. Second point, here we will find out that joy is not bought with money. You can get happiness or joy if you are mentally positive, if you are in peace, or your mental state is in peace. You will get joy if you are getting very low income, or if you are not a rich man, but if happy, or if you are getting happiness in your life, that will be enough for you to spend a life. Now discuss the theme of daffodils. The Daffodils is a poem about forming memories and introspection. Means the poet here is forming memories. Whenever he sees daffodils, he begin to memorize something, or happiness come into his mind, because happiness is associated with daffodils. As daffodils are a source of, you can say, happiness in his life, so whenever he sees them, his happy moments comes into his mind in the form of flashback. It begins with the poet describing his carefree state of mind, then his surprise and reactions on coming across swathes of daffodils, and finally how they affected him in the long term. Now, here the poet is all about positiveness. If the poet is in a sad mood, whenever he recalls the memory of daffodils, he begin to be happy, or he begin to regenerate the carefree state of his mind. So it is associated with soothness, comfort, and peace of his mind. यानी जब भी पोइट डैफोडिल्स को देखते हैं तो उसके दिमाग में सुकून आ जाता है. उसके अलावा इस पोएम में फ्लैशबैक की सूरत में जो पोइट है वो अपनी तमाम मेमोरीज़ याद कर रहा होता है, या तमाम बातें याद कर रहा होता है कि सब ज़िंदगी में उसके साथ कौन कौन से वाक़यात अच्छे हुए. तो वो अपनी खुशी को डैफोडिल के साथ जोड़ रहा होता है कि जिस तरह डैफोडिल्स खुशी में झूम रहे होते हैं, वो भी चाहता है कि वो भी उसी तरह से ज़िंदगी को एंजॉय कर सकें. Let's discuss stanza number 1, paraphrasing. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. In this stanza, the poet says that once he was wandering all alone. His wandering was just like a cloud that floats over the valleys and hills. At once he saw countless golden daffodils. These daffodils were growing beside a lake under a tree. They were fluttering in the breeze. It seemed that they were dancing happily. Now, let's explain it, or let's explain the stanza. As you know that this is a paraphrasing that is important related to your paper point of view. Now I have to elaborate all the points for you people so you will be able to understand. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills. Now here the poet himself is comparing with a cloud. As cloud floats on high valleys and hills, he is also in a you can say in a solitude position or in loneliness, and he is moving here and there like a cloud. यानी वो एक बादल की तरह इधर उधर फिर रहा है जैसे बादल वादियों में या पहाड़ियों में घूमते हैं. So as the poet is comparing himself with a cloud, it is example of simile, because whenever you compare two different things and you are using as, this is simile. When all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. Here, the poet is telling us the location of daffodils, that they are grown beside a lake or under the tree, and they are fluttering and dancing in the breeze. They are in happy mood, or they are in happiness. They are enjoying themselves, so that they are dancing in the breeze. They are dancing in the cool air. Here the poet is using personification, because fluttering and dancing both are the characteristics of human being. Whenever we give human being characteristic to a non-living thing, it is personification. Like डांसिंग, कैंडल फ्लेम डांस, ठीक है, ये भी एक पर्सोनिफिकेशन है. अब फ्लटरिंग एंड डांसिंग ह्यूमन बींग्स या लिविंग बींग्स की कैरेक्टरिस्टिक है. एंड डैफोडिल इटसेल्फ इज अ नॉन लिविंग थिंग, सो इट इज एन एग्जांपल ऑफ यू कैन से personification. A host of golden daffodils, again human being characteristic. Host क्या होते हैं? मेज़बान, इंसान होते हैं. Now I hope you have understood that here the poet is comparing himself with a cloud that is floating over vales and hills. Like cloud, he is also moving here and there in wonder, and he is all alone. There he saw a bunch of golden daffodils, or huge amount of golden daffodils that are present beside the lake and beneath the trees, and they are happy. They are in happy moments, and they are enjoying themselves in the breeze. Stanza 2 paraphrasing. Continues as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. They stretched in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. Now let's first discuss the paraphrasing. The poet says that the daffodils were stretching up to the endless line. They were like those stars which shine on the Milky Way. They were growing beside the lake. The poet says that they were near 10,000. They were moving their heads in a happy dance. Continues as the stars they shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. Here, the poet is again comparing the daffodils with the stars. So it is simile. As the stars shine on the Milky Way or on the sky, like that daffodils also shine or look bright in sunlight when they are fluttering and dancing in the cool breeze. They stretch in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. Means they are thousands in number. They are countless in number. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in a sprightly dance. Again, they are in happy mood, and they are enjoying themselves. They are in dancing position. Here, the poet is again using personification, tossing their heads. Again, the characteristic of a human being. So, it is an example of personification as well. And the whole stanza is example of visual. यानी कि आप एक सीन अपने माइंड में बना रहे हो. यू आर इमेजिनिंग some kind of scene in your own mind. So here, which figure of speech we have used? Simile, imagery, and personification. So here the poet is describing that daffodils are looking like stars that shine on the sky. Like that, daffodils also shine in a bright sunlight, and they are countless in number. Even he saw 10,000 at a glance who were enjoying themselves in their cool breeze. ठीक है कि जो पोइट है उसने डैफोडिल्स को शबाहत दी है सितारों के साथ, जैसे वो सितारे चमकते हैं आसमान के ऊपर, इसी तरह डैफोडिल्स जब सूरज की रोशनी पर पड़ती है तो वो खूबसूरती का नज़ारा पेश करते हैं और चमकते हैं। उसके अलावा इतने ज़्यादा हैं नंबर में कि उसको समझ नहीं आ रहा हो किस है। तकरीबन 10,000 के करीब तो एक ही नज़र में देखता है, जो कि बहुत ही खुश हैं या लहलहा रहे हैं, झूम रहे हैं खुशी में। Now come to stanza 3 paraphrasing. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth me the show to me had brought. The poet says that the waves of the lake were also moving and dancing happily, but the dance of the daffodils was superior to that. The poet felt a great happiness in such a joyous company. The poet kept on seeing the flowers and felt the happiness of the golden sight of the dancing daffodils. The waves beside them danced. Again, this example of personification, because dancing is the characteristic of human being and waves itself are non-living things. But they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. Glee means happiness. A poet could not but be gay again, happy, in such a jocund company, joyful company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. Here, the poet is saying that the waves are also dancing, they are in happy mood, but they are, you can say, they are defeated by the daffodils, because daffodils are also in happy mood. They are more happy than waves, and they are dancing in a joyful manner, and the poet himself is enjoying the company of daffodils. Here the poet is again seeing and watching again, and he's thinking that it is, you can say, it is valueless scene, or it is a matchless scene which is bringing such a huge happiness to him that he even couldn't buy that happiness from money. यानी उस नज़ारे को देखो इतना खुश है कि वो देख रहा है कि ये नज़ारा उसके लिए किसी भी चीज़ से कम नहीं है, कि इतना खूबसूरत नज़ारा जो है वो उसको एक रकम भी नहीं दिलवा सकती जो कि ये डैफोडिल्स नज़ारा उसको पेश कर रहे हैं. Again, we are finding example of personification. The waves beside them danced, and the whole stanza is imagery, visual imagery, example of visual imagery. So these are the two main figure of speeches which are used in the stanza. Stanza number 4, paraphrasing. For oft, when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude, and then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils. Now let's discuss the paraphrasing first. The poet says that whenever he lies on his bed in a gloomy mood or to take rest, the reflection of those beautiful daffodils come to his mind. His heart begins to dance with the daffodils. His heart fills with a pleasure. This sight is a blessing of God and a permanent source of pleasure for the poet. For oft means often. When on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, means in solitude or in sad mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is a bliss of solitude, means it is a kind of happiness in loneliness. Bliss of solitude means happiness in loneliness. He is saying that whenever he finds himself on a couch, or whenever he lays on a couch, he is in a thoughtful mood or he is serious mood and he is lonely he is in solitude or loneliness, at once the flash of daffodils comes to his mind with a sweet and pleasurable memory. It brings happiness into his mind, and he forgets each and everything. He forgets each and every kind of sorrow or unhappiness from his mind, and his heart fills with pleasure. And he also begins to dance like daffodils. So he's saying that scene of daffodil is such a source of happiness for him, that whenever he just thinks about that scene, his mind fills with happiness, and his gloominess or sadness goes away. Sadness goes away. That's why he's saying that for him daffodils are positive things, and positive flowers that bring happiness into his mind. Acha, for often on my couch I lie in passive mode, they flash upon that inward eye, which is place of solitude, and then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with daffodils. Again, it is kind of visual imagery. He's also telling us that what he visualizes in his mind, and here I hope that you have understood each answer very well. Now we are going to discuss figure of speech in the questions as well, and we are going to discuss short questions. Another point is that I have explained each and everything in the paraphrasing, so I hope it will not be difficult for you to understand the poem, and you will be able to prepare the questions now very well. Now let's discuss short questions. Question number 1. Why is a cloud lonely? Wordsworth says, cloud singular that floats on high over vales and hills. This cloud is lonely because it is separate from other clouds. This one Wordsworth gives us as drifting separately. It is looking from on high at the earth and spots a crowd of flowers. I have already explained the term crowd for you. That here the poet himself is associating with the cloud, that cloud is lonely and it is floating here and there in valleys and hills, like that cloud. The poet himself also a lonely person, and he's also wandering here and there, and he is all alone. Why are the daffodils compared to stars? यानी daffodils stars के साथ क्यों मुशाबत दी गई? The poet compares daffodils to the stars in the galaxy because they were stretched in a straight line, appear just like stars in the sky. The daffodils were golden in color, and their waving in the breeze seemed like the stars were shining and twinkling. These similarities have urged the poet to compare them. Next question is, why have they been compared to the Milky Way? Answer. They are compared to the Milky Way because they seem to be endless stars of Milky Way, and twinkling or shining, which altogether seems to be the Milky Way. What is never-ending line of daffodils compared to? They were never-ending in numbers. The daffodils were too numerous in numbers and spread throughout the valley, beneath the trees and beside the lake. Hence, the poet compared the daffodils to the stars of the Milky Way galaxy and said that they stretch in never-ending line. Next question is, who is Jocund the poet referring to? The Jocund company William was referring to was the daffodils. What is a vacant or pensive mood? The bliss of solitude means the blessings of loneliness. The poet William Wordsworth says that when he is alone or in vacant or in pensive mood, that is when he is alone or in thoughtful or gloomy mood. Next question is, what does inward eye mean? By inward eye, the poet means that when he is in thoughtful or pensive mood, means he is in imagination. These daffodils come to his mind and his dreams. Inward eyes meaning is in his dreams. That whenever he dreams or whenever he imagines something, that is related to his inward eye. What is meant by bliss of solitude? The bliss of solitude means the blessing of loneliness. It roughly means to enjoy one's own company. At times it is nice to just be alone with your thoughts and to ponder the meaning of life, our existence and place in the universe. The world we live is in and is full of constant stimulation. Okay, last slide is what is the imagery in the poem Daffodils? A common example of visual imagery is a host of golden daffodils beside the lake beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. Means these are all kind of visual imagery. You are visualizing all the imagination into your mind. Next is what type of figurative language is and dances with the daffodils. Dances with the daffodils. Personification. Now I have told you what is personification. Whenever you give human being qualities to the non-living thing, this is example of personification. Here we give human being qualities to a flower. Tossing their heads in a sprightly dance is another example of personification. The speaker compares the daffodils to the dancing waves. It is again a personification. Starting that the daffodils brought so much joy that they outdid the waves. Now all these examples are personification because we are giving human being qualities to a non-living thing. Tossing their heads, again human being qualities, equality. Second one is dancing waves, human being qualities, and next is daffodils brought so much joy that they outdid the waves. These all are the qualities of a human being. I hope students you have understood today's lecture very well. I have explained each and everything to you. If you have any query, do ask me, and I am going to make a separate lecture on figure of speech, so you will be able to understand what the poem is about or what kind of figurative language is used in it. It is very easy. At the same time, it is very important related to your objective point of view, because figure of speech always come into your objective paper. So I hope you will prepare this poem very well, and it is very important, and you have to prepare it by your own heart. Next week I am going to discuss more grammatical things with you. Till then, enjoy good health and take care of yourself, study well, and till then from my side it is Allah Hafiz.